Sure.
Welcome to D&D 5 Families. We have our characters here. We are at the Grim Castle inside. Last week, we had a visit by a dragon, Old Smoke, and she teleported out. Thank God. And now Al-Kad gathers the group, and he huddles everybody up and says, "I need your help. Something down in my cellar," he says. And for number one, Typhi, can you go introduce yourself?
Sure, absolutely. So Hyphy is just over 3 foot tall, 3 feet tall. She's got skin the color of like a hazelnut shell. Her hair is iridescent black, like really deep black, almost purpley, violet eyes, and she's covered in packs. Clothing is very plain, but occasionally you see some fancy embroidered clothing with bright colors sticking out from underneath, but most of her clothing is just a dark brown, real plain. She has packs all over the place with feathers sticking out here and there, and you know, occasionally she smells like mold and some other things, but you know, but trim and takes care of herself. She's a gnome. She happens to be wearing a mask over her eyes that makes her look like a raccoon. You have no idea why. Nobody has any idea why.
Excellent. Now let's go to Twigs. Did he step away? Let's go to...
Ready?
Oh, yeah. Let's go. You're number 1, Hyphy. Twigs, you're number 2. Go ahead, Twigs.
Okay, Twigs is a Native American looking human druid with straight black hair, suntanned skin, black eyes, calm personality, holding a scimitar and a sling, and has a faithful hound by his side. That's Twigs.
Is that the Grincher?
Yeah, Grincher.
Okay. I didn't put him in here, but he can be number 11. I think we have 11. Yan, number 3. Go ahead.
All right, Yan is a goat king. He's very tall. He's almost 7 foot, just under 7 foot. He has the top half of his body is covered in black fur, pretty long, and the bottom half of his body is white. He has a medium length braided beard coming from just the tip of his chin, and very long hair at the back of his head. His horns start from the center of his head and go very, very far outward. He doesn't wear very extravagant clothing. He typically wears very muted colors. The only more expensive piece that he will wear is jewelry that attaches to the end of his horn, and yeah, that is Jan. He is a wizard.
Excellent. Quillis, number 4.
Yeah, not muted. So Quillis is also a goat king, also a wizard. He has pretty small horns. They go up about like this tall above his head. He is mostly speckled gray fur, but his face is a little bit weird. It has a white outline on the like front flat part of his face. That outlines just a completely black middle of the face. He does not wear clothing other than the packs and books and all sorts of random components and such around him. And he moves and talks a little slow, but very particular, calculated, very exact movements and vocalizations, but just kind of slow.
Excellent. Number 5, Emma.
Okay, Emma she's a half-orc barbarian. She's impressive in height and weight for even an orc, Emma's stature is intimidating. Nonetheless, she wields a giant glaive in combat and has a hair trigger for a temper. And that's Emma.
Excellent. That's number 5. Coral is number 6. He's an NPC. He's an orc fighter from the Gush family. He has, you know him to have an evil heritage, but he behaves himself and he knows how to follow the rules so he can get by. And he's become an honorary member of the Grimm family because you've saved them a couple times now. And he's happy to go on the adventure. He has a great mace, 2-handed, huge great mace as his weapon. He has bone armor that he got from the ogre. And he is skilled in deception, luck, and toxicology. Nobody mentioned their skills, so I just thought I'd throw it in there. Oh, by the way, you're gonna want to pick 3 skills. Tyrion. Send him the homebrew skills when you get a chance. For Astros.
My player's handbook.
Yeah, but don't worry about it now. Just let it. Maybe after the adventure. But you can. Yeah, they're all in the player's handbook. Basically, it's on the character sheet. If you look at the character sheet, there's I don't know, about 20 skills there. We have the homebrew skills are luck, which means you get a reroll. Toxicology, which means you can coat your weapon with poison and make antidotes. And appraisal, which means you can appraise the value, the gold piece value of items and magic items and gems. And then swimming, which gives you no disadvantage fighting in water, and you can hold your breath underwater and swim better than most people.
Isn't that athletics? Swimming?
No, it's not.
Constitution, swimming, toxicology is constitution, and then luck is charisma, appraisal is intelligence.
Thank you for that, Gwen. So they do appeal to each skill appeals to a certain stat, and you get bonus to that stat. So what you mentioned is swimming and toxicology is constitution. So your constitution bonus is there. Luck is charisma, and you said appraisal is intelligence, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then if you wanted to pick, I'll go over them. Acrobatics is dex. Animal handling is wisdom. Arcana, intelligence. I'm sorry. Athletics is strength. Acrobatics is dex. History is intelligence. Insight is wisdom. This is for you, Tyrion. Intimidations, charisma. Investigations, intelligence. Medicine's wisdom. Nature is intelligence. Perception is wisdom. Performance is charisma. That's a good one. Persuasion's charisma. Religion, intelligence. Sleight of hand, dexterity. Stealth, dexterity, and survival wisdom. So you can pick 3 skills from there.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, do you want my character info?
Oh, do I want your what?
Do you want my character introduction or my background?
Oh, hang on. Matilda, number 7, is still in her nightgown. She likes that. She doesn't want to change it. She's about 9 years old. She's a NPC alchemist / rock thrower. She's become good at throwing rocks, and she's been sort of rescued. She's been rescued by the party. She was stuck in cocoons, and so was Kroll, by the way. They're both stuck in spider cocoons, and before the spiders got to them, the party rescued them. So they're honorary members of the Grimm family and also party adventurers. And she has luck in alchemy. And she's a human. She's a girl. She has, is it blonde hair, blonde locks? Fair skin.
Okay, sure. Yes.
Al-Kad the Mad is a wizard. He's though he seems to be powerful, he does have his senior moments, and you'll notice that he goes off in a daze, aloof sometimes. But otherwise, he means well. He's a neutral alignment. He's a member of the Servant Sisters family, which the Grimm family is under that banner. And he's He's the Grimm family wizard, and he has a quarterstaff. He has investigation, deception, and appraisal. He's an older man, bald head. He has violet robes, wizard robes, and then he has inside is like a hot pink. He likes the color. And he has investigation, deception, and appraisal. And he's human wizard. And then there's Ray. Do you want to introduce Ray?
Sure. Ray is a very small, she looks like a horse. She's got a weird, well, she's beautiful. Her mane is sort of an orange color, and her, the rest of her body is like a silvery white, more white than silver, kind of like an orange creamsicle. And absolutely strikingly beautiful, and has draped over her back the last thing you would think to put on her, which is this dirty woven blanket, like a horse blanket that probably should have been chucked about 10 seasons ago. And she seems to wear that around just fine, and nobody's attempting to make it any cleaner. That's what she's got on.
Excellent. And then that's number 9. Number 10 is Tyrion. Let me start off by saying you have a scimitar, longbow, and dagger. Welcome. Your scimitar is +1, -1 because of your strength, +1 to hit, -1 to damage. And then the longbow and dagger are both +6 to hit, +40 damage. So you're doing great with those. And go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, Tyrion is a dark elf rogue. He grew up in a world where murder is the normal way of getting ahead of things, and we are the best race in the world, really. And I try to avoid dealing with anyone on the surface at all possible, but I've grown tired of the killings and the bloodthirsty nature of my own culture, and I've seen that there was another of my race who was able to transcend our lifelong traditions and seek a better way for himself. And I think I'm going to try my luck out in the surface world and see what I can do to make a name for myself, and try not to have to kill people if I don't have to. If I can get away with a little bit of a deception, maybe a little bit of a theft if necessary, then I'm quite happy with that. But I don't have a problem with if I have to poison someone or do whatever I have to do to get to the next, then I'll have to. That's fine. I have no problem with it. It won't be my first choice, but I won't hesitate if necessary. He's 5'2", small, about 100 pounds. He wears leather clothing. From behind, he would probably resemble a small human child, maybe early teens or so. Otherwise, for the most part, he stays to himself. He wears primarily dark clothing, dark leather boots, dark leather overcoat, cloth breeches, and cloth shirt.
Excellent,
Long
excellent,
line.
excellent. And you got your weapons. So I think you come from deep, deep in the earth, right? What they call
It's
it?
a brand town.
The Underdark. So like there's catacombs beneath the castles, and they're all joined by the catacombs, and the catacombs go all the way to the town. And these are endless miles of tunnels and chasms. And I guess beneath that is where you come from, right?
Right. Past all of that, we have a wonderful city. But
Yes.
the surface world is as foreign to us as probably as our world is foreign to you. My whole life is down here, so I don't really know what to expect when I run into the surface. I don't know what to expect from the various races. I don't expect them to be as intelligent as I am, but I think everyone's ultimately usable in some way.
Yes, and in the catacombs, we know there's purple worms, and there's rats. There's rats the size of bears. So, yeah, there's that.
So, what's
anytime I go
Tyrion's AC and hit points?
Armor class 15, leather armor plus dex, hit points 10. He helps me keep track of the hit points.
Are we gonna have the dog on this one too, or no?
It's 11,
Just
right?
let's just do 10 for now.
Okay, that's fine.
That's a nice round number. And okay, any questions before we start? Al-Kad, how about you up and says, adventurous, hurry. Something, I have a pressing matter. I need your help. Something in my cellar. Oh, by the way, I want to do a couple things. On the last adventure, Matilda and Al-Kad checked the body of the ogre before they handed it over to the dragon. And there was a ring on him. So the question is, do you want to give so on the ring, in small letters, it has etched very finely, very carefully, to my son on his 20th birthday, may the next 20 years bring as much hope and promise as the last 20. Signed,
Wow.
Old Smoke. So that's on the ring. It seems to have a shine to it, unlike a normal ring. And if you notice, it changes size to the owner. So the question is, do you want to take it or you want to give it over with the body? Also, there is some gold. He has a pouch of gold, which nobody checked. And I think that's it, yeah. Somebody roll 2d10s. Twice.
Twigs, you got it?
I'm looking for my dice.
Can do it. 10s.
I've got it if you want. You want me to do it?
Whoever-
I've got them.
Whoever tells me first.
Okay.
Rolls best.
So-
Go.
Got
6
a
and 9.
5, 7, 5, 8.
Those are way better than mine.
15.
Okay, 15 and 58. And I'm gonna add 44. 44, 12, 19, 5, 6, 7. 119 gold pieces. Let's just say 120, you found an extra one. 120 divided by 10. Everyone gets 12 gold pieces. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Everyone gets 12 gold pieces. And on the ring, do you want to vote on that, or do you want to just decide?
We need
Want
to
to turn
figure
the
out
ring
what it
over?
is and see what benefits the best.
Or if you want to, well, I'll tell you what, you can find out what it is if you take it. If you give it up with the
Well-
body, then you won't know what it is.
Can I do like an Arcana check on it? See if I
Do
can
we have to
tell
do
if
like a
there's any,
sleight of
like,
hand
magic.
to grab it?
No, because you had the
You
body.
should.
Al-Kad got it. So
Okay,
he's
so
asking you
Al-Kad,
guys, listen, guys, you can give it up or we can keep it. I don't know.
I got a dirty 20 for an Arcana check.
well, as
See
long
what
as
it
you don't
does.
tell the dragon we have it, you guys can keep it.
Okay, so using your arcane skills, Yan, you realize that this is a magic ring and it'll double the power of any magical tattoo. It's a silver ring and it sizes to the user. Al-Kad says, I don't want any part of it. This is back to the dragon. I don't know you people. I hardly know you.
Well, that sounds like a good Yan ring.
Yeah. I think when Jan realizes what it is, he's just gonna be like, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this.
Does
Also,
anybody want to dibs on that? If you want to do dibs on that, you just have to do a roll off. Highest roll wins the ring. Anybody?
I'm not tempting fate.
Jan will try to intimidate you into
How many hit points does Jan have now?
15.
15.
Right, thank you.
So going once, going twice. Okay, so Yan gets the ring. When you put it on, it shrinks in size from the big ogre ring to, well, you're not that much smaller, but I assume it your fingers.
He's got dainty little
Skinnier.
fingers.
Oh, okay.
Assume everybody has all their hit points back. No one's wounded.
Yeah, we'll start fresh.
Right.
Sorry, full night's rest. In the morning, Al-Kad calls you guys down to his cellar.
Before he does that, there are a couple things I would have done the night before. We were
You guys want to do
missing-
good berries?
Yeah, I definitely want to do good berries. We also need to ask the Baron or one of the knights if we can have, if we can replace the rope that we burnt up. A couple of us are missing our 50 feet of rope, or 50, yeah, 50, because we used it
He
up.
snaps his fingers, and some servants bring rope. And what else do you need?
We used up rope. I actually
Rations.
I need to slip out at some point in the evening before it gets too late. I don't want to go far, but I want to go out to a field, one of the fields where there are cows or some other animals grazing, and I want to dig a hole and actually put a little bit of glinty stuff. If anybody happens to have watched, I'm going to put some clinking glinty stuff in the hole. Hole's about 6 inches deep, and then cover it back up, tamp it down, and head back as if nothing happened.
And if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing with that?
I have to pay homage to my god by bearing treasure once in a while. So
Oh, nice. Okay,
that's what I'm
you
doing.
do. He is honored, and you feel more complete doing your little ritual. And did you want to roll for some components to get your poison? Your poison. You made a D20 toxicology roll. She's collecting like plants like mandrake root, stuff like that.
That'll be a 9 total.
So roll a D6, and you can get 1 to 3 doses of your sleep poison.
5, so I've got 3. Thank you.
Okay, so you add 3 doses of sleep poison.
Do
Good.
we need to roll for good berries too?
Yes.
Yeah, roll your D10 for good berries and druids.
9.
9 for twigs. Okay, 9 good berries.
2.
Hyphy,
2.
2 good berries.
Everybody
she's
gets
better-
1 then.
She's better than 1. 11. Everyone gets 1 with plus 1
Keep the
extra.
last one.
So Al-Kad takes you down corridor. It's a winding corridor going down in a circle, 13 steps, and he gets to this like it looks like an iron door, and there's like 13 locks, keyholes from the top to the bottom. He starts fiddling through his keys. He starts unlocking these locks. Every lock has a different key. He's fiddling. He's looking for the keys. He got the first one, second one done, third one, fourth one. It's dark, so go ahead.
I was going to ask where he's taking us.
This is my private arcane cellar, and I wanted to especially show. Oh, by the way, also on the adventure, Al-Kad collected some of those arcane spiders in mason jars. He thought that was a good idea to save some of the baby spiders for experimental purposes. So he has like 3 mason jars of arcane spiders. He says, "Does anybody want one? Maybe it makes a good pet."
Yes, I will steal one of those spiders from him if he doesn't give me
He
one.
hands you a mason jar with the arcane spider in there. Just for now, it has some holes at the top so he can live, but you're gonna have to feed it. And there's a chance it can misty step out or lightning bolt you at some point.
What does it
Actually,
eat?
magic missile. It likes blood, actually, strangely. So maybe give it like but you know what? It might also want to hunt, so you might want to give it some live critters, like when you raise a spider, throw some critters in there.
Yeah, spiders typically eat like flies or things like that. So every time I see a fly, I'm just gonna try to catch it.
So just to tip you off, for last week, we encountered these arcane spiders. If you bury normal giant spiders' eggs in the body host of a mythical creature like a Medusa, dragon, or in this case, ogre dragon, or a unicorn, or something like that, then they will, and then if a ritual is cast, and only if a ritual is cast, the spiders will become arcane spiders, and they'll feed off the blood of the mystical creature, and they start casting spells when they're very young. And you know that, yeah, you got a magic missile. So those are arcane spiders. So anybody else want an arcane spider?
No, and I want to tell Yan Yan, I think it's a huge mistake, and I will not be putting my bedroll next to yours anytime soon.
Quillis, you want an arcane spider? It's up for grabs.
So he's more interested in the spider shells and carcasses. So he took some of the spiders already to adorn his spell book with.
Okay.
And he would have started that a little bit already. But if there are any dead arcane spiders, or if he could take one with the purpose of killing it to be like a centerpiece on his spell book.
You do that, and you also have the arcane spider's shell, which makes a cool spellbook cover. Very good. Okay, that's good. Now, Al-Kad finally gets to the last lock. He goes, here it is. And the door pushes open, pushes out into the room. It's a dark room, 30 long by 20 wide. And there's some light coming from the upstairs. Then he starts lighting these candles to get more light. And it seems to be his personal library. And he tells you that there's some arcane works here from before he got there. He hasn't really understood them all, so he wants to show the wizards. Maybe they can decipher some of the spells or some of the arcane works. And that's why he's bringing you guys down here. There's also one other thing. You noticed in the center, well, around the room, there's 6 long bookcases filled with books. And he ends up lighting 13 candles, so now you can see better. And under the bookcases is like a nice woven rug. And then this is over a stone slab floor. And the height of the room is about 15 tall. And like I said, it's a 30 by 20. And once you light the candles, you can see that each bookcase has different books. Some are like history books, some are arcane works, others are just journals. And then you notice right away that everyone make a perception check. DC 20, and add your intelligence bonus. If you have perception skill, add your proficiency, which is
21.
+2. 21. Give me some more
15.
numbers.
9.
That's the end. 15. Who got 9?
Tyrion got 9.
Okay.
Well, it's got an 8.
8. That's good enough. You guys noticed that there seems to be like a fine dust in the air, like it's very overly dusty. And you notice there's a humming coming from, it seems to be the bookcases, like a vibration. And on the bookcases, there's piles of like confetti, like where the books have been dilapidated and destroyed, and just like paper confetti on each bookshelf, like the books are falling apart. And some of them are untouched, but most of them have been, it looks like, you know how like mice in the wild will eat books and turn them into little piles of paper mache. That's what seems to be happening. And then there's this dust in the air that's from all that action going on. And the hyphae, you got 21. You notice that even the support beams in the room have been somehow eaten through by some creature or some creatures, and they're throughout the whole room and throughout the bookcases and books. And then
I
Al-Kad
point
goes
up
to
and
the
tell
center.
everybody what I see.
Okay, you do that. Al-Kad goes to the center book and center bookcase, and he grabs a book and he hands it to Quillis, Says, see if you can decipher this. He hands you a black book, has some arcane writings on it.
All right, I'll definitely try.
Okay, Yan, you got 15. Did anybody got between a 15 and a 21? No. So everyone's less than that. Okay, so in the center of the room, you guys notice that there's this huge 9-foot tall metal box, and around the box is a pentagram written in chalk, and it's a perfectly written pentagram in chalk. And inside the pentagram is this 9-foot tall box, which is say about 3 foot wide. It's like an iron box. It seems to be pretty old, and it seems to be moving by itself a little bit, jumping around.
Does it look like a coffin?
Yes. Al-Kad says, Al-Kad says, don't worry, that's my Iron Maiden. I have a little creature in there from the lower planes. Don't worry, he can't get out. And then he hands Quillis the book.
All right.
So the point here is, you can try to decipher the work, and if you can get something, then you can get something from the book.
All right. Would I be able to copy the contents of the book with my cantrip? So in case, well, if it fails, I can try this later, but I'll try to decipher it now.
Yeah. Good question. With your cantrip, the copying cantrip, you can use it to copy the book, and then you can find out later on if you can decipher it. Want to do that?
Well, no, I'll try to do it now, but if I fail, I don't want to just steal his book. So then I could copy it and try to decipher it at that point. But first off,
But you're not stealing it, right? Because you're going to copy it, right? You're not stealing the book.
Yeah.
Are you?
No.
Okay. So so give me an Arcana check.
Arcana check. Okay. That's a 14. That dice is going away too.
That's good enough. You roll a d6.
D6. Which D6? Oh no. This one. It's purple. 1.
You find a spell. It's called Cat of Cast. So you understand the spell, you can write it to your spell book.
It's called Cat Cast?
Cat of Cast. Like a house cat, kitten of Cast, K-A-S, the wizard cast. You know, you've heard about the wizard cast a little bit. Okay, so anybody else gonna do anything?
Well, I want to ask Al-Kad how long this has been going on. It looks like something's eating through all of his precious books, and it feels like something is all around this room right now that is probably needs to be dealt with. Has he been noticing this? I'm not a big fan, of Al-Kad. I feel like he's a bit of a
bit of a blundering idiot.
At times he's very powerful, but I'm not his biggest fan. So I'm going to look at him a little bit, hands in the air, like, do you see what's going on in here? What's happening? How long has this been happening? Your books are being destroyed. The room's going to collapse.
He says, my dear, these are wizard things. I doubt you know anything of them. And as he does that, he scratches his head, and then from behind his ear, strangely, it seems to be something pops out from behind it, like how you bring a cord out of your ear. It's this long, it's this big as your pinky finger, a worm, and it seems to have like a little mouth on it. It's like a wiggling worm, and he goes, "Oh, damn it! You know what that is? These damn bookworms. These bookworms are like termites on steroids." I called the exterminator. I haven't heard from him yet. I'm still waiting on that exterminator.
Can I see if there's, sorry, can I see if there's any other like useful books in here?
You go ahead and roll a d10.
Seven.
You find a book which has maps, and the first map you have there is a map of the town of Dutch, and you can save that book from being eaten anymore. And there's piles of paper mache on the left and to the right of the book, and you see like a worm on the top of the book about to go inside.
I'm gonna smack that worm and then step on it. Smack the worm off the book and step on it.
You do, and just then I'm going to roll 10. That's Tyrion, and 6 is Emma. Strangely, from the bookshelves, a worm slides off the bookshelf and onto your adventurer's backpack, both of you, and starts. You can feel it. You ever feel like you get hit by like a little bird or like a little creature, like an animal? You can feel the vibration. And Al-Kad says, "Yeah, these damn things, they're kind of intelligent, so they're going to look for books and spell books, stuff like that. Just shoo them off," he says. What are you going to do?
I pull out one of my daggers, look over my shoulder, and see if I can just kind of flick him to the floor and step on it.
Give me an attack roll, please. D20. Your dex is +6 with your dagger. Your to hit is +6, +2, 4. Ooh, nice background. Love
I
it.
rolled a 1.
So you get the worm on your dagger, and it pops right into your hair just then. So now it's in your hair. Emma, other guy. Is Emma there? It's going in your adventurer's pack, basically. Looking for some books, some scrumptious meals for a bookworm.
Can you not hear me?
No, I didn't hear you. What are you gonna do?
Emma's gonna grab it with her hand because
Me-
she only has a great mace and a glaive, which
Give me an attack roll.
is too big. Yeah, she rolled a 1.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So what can go happen? What can happen wrong? It goes in your underwear.
Ooh.
How big are these worms? About how long?
They're about the size of your pinky, but they're very strong, and they're in a sense magical worms because they search out arcane books to eat, and they'll eat regular books if they don't have arcane books.
Okay,
Well, I
but they don't
assume
have
it's
no legs. or feet.
escaping because we don't have any magical books.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I have a magical book.
It's in your trousers. It's in your trousers.
Emma doesn't have a magical book.
I'm assuming both wizards have their spell book
yeah.
on them. So far, you're okay. So far.
I'm gonna, as soon as I see them like jumping on people, I'm going to cast the glue cantrip on my book to hopefully keep it closed so that it's harder for the bookworms to get into.
Okay, you cast your glue cantrip and you just basically glue your whole book like with the surrounding shell.
Yeah,
And it's all gooey, but somewhat protected, somewhat.
maybe
Maybe
it'll
I'll-
make me feel better.
You feel a little better, but you're not sure if that's going to be maybe some. It'll be some help, definitely some help. Anybody else?
Can I ask Al-Kad if he minds if I go spray some poison on him? I used to be an exterminator like 100 years ago. I've got some poison spray. Does he care if I spray them a bit?
She says,
what
"My
happens?
dear, if you can get rid of this problem I have, I will pay you the fee that I was going to pay my exterminator, which has not showed up yet."
I'm not worried about the fee, but maybe we could be a little closer friends. And I'll walk over to a place where there are some books and I will move them aside to try to get a little clearing. Because it's in the wood too, right? They're in the wood.
They're in the wood of the bookcases, and they've even got to the support beams of the room, and they're also in the books itself.
Okay, so if I walk over to the, I guess I'll find a spot on the bookcase and just give it a shot and use my cantrip poison spray
Okay,
in that area.
as you grab some of the books from the bookshelf to get to the worms, you pull those books out, and just a whole slop of worms just come from the back of the bookcase and just fall down on you and onto the floor. And maybe like 20 or 30 worms are just crawling everywhere. They were just hiding behind those books.
I have a 10-foot range on my spell. Can I get the cantrip off before they do that?
Well, also you can spray the whole bookcase if you want to do it like that. Want to do it thorough? Spray the whole bookcase, and the cantrip's going to kill the worms, or it's going to put them to sleep.
Oh no, I want to kill them. These are bad.
Okay, let me make a Constitution check. Okay, explain how you do your poison spray, and you seem to have cleansed the whole bookcase thoroughly. Okay, Mr. Safe.
Okay, so I'm extending my palm toward the bookshelf bookcase with my thumb and my middle finger touching, and I say, "Adama bon chance," which basically means "see you tomorrow." Adios, see you tomorrow. And just I'm kind of waving it back and forth over the bookcase.
Okay, you do that, and very efficiently and effectively, the worms all curl up into a little ball and just die. So you've cleansed one of the 6 bookcases, though there's damage to the books and also to the shelves of the bookcase. And Al-Kad goes, "My dear, where have you been all my life? You were the exterminator I've been looking for."
We can keep going, or you can maybe check out those books and see if you want me to continue while I check out the rafters over there. Your whole room looks like it's going to collapse.
This construction is very, very strong and stable. I don't think it's as bad as it looks.
But there's sawdust like falling down in our hair. And
yeah, basically.
So I had
Go
a
ahead.
question.
Yeah.
So the wording of the chromatic bolt spell,
Yes.
it does not mention anything anything that's not a creature that is caught in the spell area.
Right.
So I was wondering what would happen if I cast this on a bookshelf, because it says all creatures in the area make a dexterity saving throw.
It's random, right? The damage type.
Damage type is random. So would it depend on
if it's fire? Right, what? Tell me what the damage type is. Do you have it there?
So each creature affected takes damage from a random damage type. Roll d6: acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder.
Okay, so I'd say thunder and fire and acid would definitely damage the books. Cold, no. Cold is a good one. What else? Poison. Cold and poison. Lightning would damage the books. Is there poison in cold?
I mean,
there's cold and poison. Yeah.
Cold and poison will definitely not harm the books, and that would kill the worms. Yes, yes, Twigs.
Twigs has poison spray, so he can just do the same thing as Hyphy can, and we can spray the bookshelves.
Yes, he can. Al-Kad says, "Is that a poison spray cantrip?" He asks Hyphy. He says, "Can you teach that to me?"
I can try. I've never taught it to a mage before of any kind, but I can certainly try. Can I try something first on your ceiling?
Yes.
And I go over to Emma and I ask if she'll lift me up on her shoulders or even above her shoulders so I can get to the ceiling. And I want to try to use the poison spray, not like directly above myself where it comes back on me or anybody else, but kind of ask people to clear away. And I just want to try to put my hand like around some of the holes that I see to see if I can't do the same thing, but to the walls / ceiling.
As you guys start doing the poison spray, It doesn't do damage to you, but it leaves like an acidic, acrid smell in the room. So it is unappealing, kind of like when you spray your kitchen with Raid. So at this point, it's not doing damage. Yes, go ahead.
Can I help, but like use my Ray of Frost cantrip to like solidify the ceiling, like fill in those holes with ice?
Yes. Now you want to start on the bookcases or the ceiling or what?
I probably see Hyphy like concerned with the ceiling, and I'll start with that.
Okay, so you go ahead and do frostbolt. You said frostbolt?
No, Ray of Frost cantrip.
Right. Okay, so give me an attack roll. What do you got? +6. I got +6 for you to hit. Sounds like you rolled low. Silence is usually a low roll. Come on, Scout's honor.
It's an 8 with +6. Sorry.
So you rolled a 2.
Yeah. Yeah. That, but
so you've had better days casting your frostbolt. Ray of Frost, sorry. And as you hit the ceiling, you hit it like right in the center of the beam, like as if you were going to maybe like attack a monster, like right between the eyes, and you hit it so the beam came right off the hinge, and now the whole ceiling starts falling down.
I'm gonna try to glue
my
it.
bad, guys.
I'm gonna try to. As soon as it starts to like slide over, I'm gonna try to glue cantrip.
So you have
That it
Spider-Man
slows it
over
down.
here. You have Spider-Man over here with the glue cantrip. Save us, glue cantrip.
I love the glue cantrip.
I'm gonna give you a arcane check to see if you can position your glue cantrip. But the problem is, the whole center beam is coming down.
Yeah.
So maybe you can.
Since I'm right there, can I also cast my glue cantrip and try that?
As it's happening, it starts falling down. I'll give you one chance after Quillis.
Okay.
Go ahead, Quillis. Give me an arcana. Hang on a second. You're just doing the glue cantrip, right? So just give me a hit roll on the beam. You gotta glue the beam to so it doesn't fall.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a hit roll on the beam. +6, right?
Is there okay? +6.
Oh no.
Getting good.
I haven't rolled a good roll this entire day.
Honestly, what was it?
We were
It
on
was a
fire
natural
last
one.
week.
Yeah,
A
This
natural
week,
one.
not so
natural one.
much.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course
man.
it was. Of course it was.
So as you shoot your glue at the support beam, you glue another beam on the side that was going up this way. The support beam's coming down from the middle, coming down on you guys, and the side beam you glue that one, and you actually pull that one down as well. Anybody else? Last chance to do something.
Yeah, I wanted to try the glue cantrip too.
Besides Yan Yan, anybody else?
Damn. Okay.
And the problem is there's nowhere to run because the room is pretty much encased.
Books.
What?
Encased with books.
Well, I was going to say that the beams on the ceiling are coming down, and there's nowhere to run because you're in the room which is below. Anybody, Tyrion?
Can Emma use her glaive to try to hold up the ceiling?
Sure, you do that. Okay, so you're like, stand under me. The glaive up there has a hook. It's a 10-foot long pole with a hook at the end. You stick it up there and hope that the beam hits the glaive, right?
I do have
guess
one more
so.
thing to try. When it comes back around to my turn, if
What are you gonna do?
if the whole thing hasn't caved in on us already, I'd cast Tensor's floating disc on the ceiling.
Okay, I think Yan Yan was gonna do one more
Yeah.
thing. What was that?
Yeah, him first.
Yan Yan.
I was gonna try the
Spell.
blue cantrip as well.
Oh, Blue Cantrip.
Mhm.
Okay. Does Tyrion want to respond?
Well, first off, I still have a worm in my hair. I need to get that out of my hair.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's pretty serious, I think, right?
Everybody's focusing on the ceiling, and he's just swatting at his head.
So, I mean, I've got a dexterity of 19. I'm pretty sure I can get a worm out of my hair.
But can you?
Okay, just give me an attack roll, right?
Can I use dexterity modifier for this?
Yes, you get +6 for your attack roll, so I'm giving you +6.
I
That's your
rolled an 8.
dexterity. That's
8.
enough. You grab the worm very firmly with it's in your fingers. What do you do with it?
Throw it down and stomp on it.
You do, and you splat it. It's a nice little splat. You've done this before, and you do it very effectively. It's dead.
So now that
Al-Kad, what?
Now that where am I standing in relation to all the stuff coming down?
Well, you guys are pretty much in the center of the room. You're inside of the bookcases, and there's these two big ass wooden beams falling down from the ceiling. I say you're probably gonna get hit unless you make a dexterity saving throw. That's what's gonna come next.
So it's not a slow break, it's a fast break.
It all happens at once, pretty much.
Yeah, we're all scrambling to make sure that it doesn't, but it's gonna break.
Okay. All right, just making sure. Well, it's every man for himself. I'm gonna make my dexterity check to get out of the way.
Crow does something. He knocks over one of the bookcases and hides under it. Real quickly. He's gonna make an attack roll to do that. Here we go. Oh wow! So he just pushes over one of the bookcases and it lands on the wall. So it's like it's doing this, and he just runs under there real quick. Anybody else?
Is there any way to push a bookcase under so it'll partially catch the collapse, one or the other of the collapsing beams? Like, could we slide a bookcase over fast enough? I mean, that's really, would take a lot of dex.
Kroll is a very muscular orc, so he can do that because of his strength. But from your size, probably not. But you can try.
I'm on Emma's shoulder still, so I'm like the tallest one in the room at this moment.
Oh,
so that's even worse.
So you'll get hit first.
Basically, but I'm thinking if we're within earshot, obviously, of each other, if she's able to make a dive to slide the bookshelf over.
I'll give Emma.
Although other people had some other ideas.
I'll give Emma a chance to do something, and then we'll do Quillis. What are you gonna do, Emma?
I guess Emma's gonna and Hyphy are gonna dive for cover. Beneath a bookshelf.
Okay. You can do that. So you want to make a dex check, jump under the bookcase.
Okay. So is that both of us have to make it?
Crow's under there, so it's not that much room.
So a 10 plus dexterity, I guess.
Okay, so you see Crow and Emma. You can see their butts sticking out, and they're both ducking on their knees under this bookcase.
He rolled.
They seem to be pretty safe.
Okay.
Seem to be pretty safe.
11. I guess Hyphy.
I guess that's I guess that means that Hyphy went with you.
Yeah, I was hoping we would do something else. I didn't communicate very well.
What's the biggest creature that Twigs would know how to shape change into to maybe cushion this blow?
Good idea.
For everybody.
I don't know if you have time to do that. But
elephant, maybe he saw an elephant. Cover the party. You can shape change as one action.
Let me give Yan Yan his chance to do the glue. What did you want to do, Yan Yan? Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to glue the pillar back up, like the cracks. I'm gonna try to glue the cracks together, like the pillar, like to the ceiling again, since it's like cracking away. So basically, I'm just gonna try to like fill in those cracks with glue. Since the ice didn't work, might as well try something else to fill it in.
Okay, as the second beam's coming down on you, you try to glue it to the wall. Okay, give me an
Okay.
attack roll.
All right.
Plus 6.
Oh, okay. So and that's a 19 then.
19. Okay, so you're able to glue one of the support beams partially to the wall, and it's still coming down because your glue cantrip only holds what, 100 pounds, 50 pounds.
I don't think I see that.
I'm not
Hold
sure if
on.
it tells
Let
you
me,
how
let me,
many.
yeah, let me check on that.
I don't know if
remember.
it's strong enough to glue a heavy support beam. That's why.
Okay, well, it doesn't say how much it can hold.
Rule of cool. Okay, so you got the beam to kind of stay stuck for the meanwhile, and just
Okay.
one of the two beams is coming down on you. How about that?
All right.
Hyphy, did you want to do something as Emma's jumping under the bookcase? Did you want to do something else?
Did I see twigs change into anything? Because that's a great idea that I did not have on my own. But seeing twigs do something like that, I could easily change into like a giant goat.
Does it take like one action?
It takes an action to
It's
change
one
and a
action.
bonus action to change back.
This is more like a reaction situation. So I'm going to
Mhm.
say roll a natural dex roll d20 to see how fast you react. Let's say if you can get a 15 or higher, you can change. Otherwise, 15 or lower, you don't have time.
I
And that's
rolled
for
an 8.
both Twigs and Hyphy. 8. Okay, Twigs doesn't have time. Hyphy?
You said, well, a 13, so no.
Don't you have bonus in your dex?
Yeah, I rolled an 11 and I have a +2 dex.
Oh, okay. Okay, now the support beam's coming down. I want everyone to make a dexterity saving throw DC 13.
15.
14.
9.
Emma rolled a 15 and Twigs rolled a fucking cocked. An 8 plus his
Okay,
dex.
so tell me
Plus
who
10.
failed. Tell me who failed.
Twigs failed.
14. Twigs 14. That's technically a failure.
Willis
Did you add
failed.
your dexterity bonus to that?
Yeah, Twigs. Emma made it. Twigs failed.
John
Okay.
failed.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's start with Hyphy. Did you make your saving throw? 15?
Yes.
Okay, so you take 2 damage from the beam. 30 hit points left. Okay, Twigs.
Twigs failed.
DC 15. You take you take 8 damage from the big beam falling on you in the wood, and all the bookcases start falling down too.
Okay.
You're at 25. Okay, Yan Yan. What's your roll?
Yeah, he failed. I rolled a 7 + 2, so 9.
You take 7 damage. You're at 8. Quillis.
Failed.
You take 8 damage. You're at
8.
yeah.
14.
You're at 14. Thank you. Emma. Well, Emma's hiding, so she takes no damage because the bookcase actually saved you. And Crow's also unscathed. Just your butt's hanging out. Matilda. Ooh, Matilda. You don't see Matilda there. She dug for cover. She's hiding somewhere in a little hole somewhere. Al-Kad goes, damn it. He takes 3 damage.
What about Ray?
21. Ray didn't do anything. You notice that Ray, you look at Ray and you just see a blanket there by itself and nothing.
Teleported.
Awesome.
Yeah, she teleported.
Powers are growing. What was Yan Yan's hit points? How much damage did he take? I missed that.
8
15
at
minus
the, I have
7
8
is
left.
15 minus 7 is 8. And then Tyrion, did you fail?
I rolled a 14 plus 4. I got 18.
Okay, so you made your save. Nice. So you take 4 damage.
So did I clear the debris or did I get partially hit?
You got partially hit by a beam and maybe a bookcase. A couple books flew at your head. Those those big Bibles that are like this thick. A couple of those hit you in the head. In the bookcase, some shrapnel from the splintering bookcase
Okay.
from the splintering support beam. And just then you guys noticed that this Iron Maiden that was moving by itself, the Al-Kad said he got a creature stuck in there from the outer planes, from the lower planes. It pops open. And, oh, you know what? There's candles. So I'm going to say some fire starts on the outskirts of the room, like in the very edge of the room, some fire starts because you have those candles burning. And then this big metal box pops open and you see this black hand on the outside of the door opening up. It fell flat on the ground. And as it fell, and all the debris has crossed and also partially destroyed the perfectly marked pentagram in chalk. And now the pentagram is broken. And this big Iron Maiden, the door pops open, you see this big black hand with crazy long fingernails come off of the door. And then the arm, you see an arm, it's like a muscular, like a bamboo arm with orange hair. And then you see something come up out of the Iron Maiden. It's like an 8 foot tall. It's like an orangutan, like an orangutan gorilla with the big head. But his eyes are glowing orange. The first thing you notice, and the teeth, instead of the normally white teeth, they're pitch black. And he has a tongue that's just sticking out, like comes out like a foot long, the tongue. And then you hear this strange sound, some kind of demonic voice. And just then, the thing vanishes and turns invisible. But you notice a blood trail, because it's been damaged by the Iron Maiden, a blood trail coming across the room towards the party. Except Emma and Hyphy and Twigs don't see it. I mean, Emma and Cole don't see it because they're hiding under the bookcase. And yeah, so that's what happens.
Great, our tanks are out of the freaking way.
Do we get initiative?
We can do that, except that the blood trail disappears amongst all the machete and the falling bookcases. So there's no real target to attack unless you can see invisible.
Well, you could do.
Well, I've got something that
fairy
could
fire.
help.
You do?
Remember,
What?
I didn't have time to change my spells. Fairy fire. I don't know if
Okay.
Twigs took it too, but definitely.
No, I didn't take it.
I've got it from last time.
Okay, in that case, there is initiative. And we're going to end early today, but we can start this. I'm going to run initiative. Okay. Let's start with Hyphy. Add your dex, initiative roll, D20.
13.
13. Okay. Twigs. Everyone roll initiative.
11.
11. Yan Yan.
14.
Good. Quillis.
14 as well.
Good. Emma and Cole are just hiding at this point. But at like first round of combat. But they're safe. They didn't take any damage. You see like 2 butts moving down there. They're getting all cozy. Matilda is gone for now. She's hiding somewhere. Ray's gone. Al-Kad, He's gonna roll initiative. He goes, "My God, this is terrible."
I should have taken care of those worms.
You should have taken care of what was in the Iron Maiden.
Oh, don't worry about him. Tyrion, give me a D20 initiative roll. Add your dexterity bonus, which is +4.
I rolled a 6 + 4. I got a 10.
Okay. Interesting thing is you guys can do whatever you want, but there's no target at this point. You see, but you do notice something uneasy in the room. Maybe like a looming pending doom.
What
As you see
initiative did
the
Hyphy
blood
roll?
droplets come out of the Iron Maiden and just vanish into the rest of the room. Go ahead.
Rolled a 13.
So I'm behind the two magic users, behind the two.
Well,
Wizard.
I'm gonna give everybody a chance to do something. So I'm just gonna go in order. Did you want to just cast a spell? Like the room is 30 by 20, so you can't get the whole room.
Right. I'm going to head to where I last saw the blood trail. I'm going to follow basically the blood trail and aim it toward. I can aim it in a 20-foot cube as far as 60 feet away.
Okay. You do. So you cast it. You want to cast it now?
Yep.
Is there any magical words in that?
From a chandelier.
You do. And over there, right behind Al-Kad. Al-Kad's actually trying to save these books, and he grabs like 4 books which weren't destroyed, and he's busy doing that. And he got hit a little bit, but not too much. And right behind Al-Kad, he's looking through these books. You see this fiery form, which is the creature, and it's just as big as a bookcase, and it's exactly right behind Al-Kad. And Al-Kad's busy looking in the books like this. Twigs.
It's not Twig's turn. He rolled 11.
I'm
He
gonna
rolled
roll in order
Twigs.
because everybody can do something.
Oh, is his outline now visible because of the fairy fire?
Yes, but he's exactly straight behind Al-Kad.
So
Yes.
he's blocking his way. So I'm going to change into a bear.
Turn to a bear.
Yeah, a
Can I do that?
brown bear.
Yan Yan?
Can I move towards it
Yes.
and move Al-Kad out of the way? Like get in between them? Okay, I'll do that.
Move Al-Kad
Allowed
out
to
of the
attack
way.
or no?
You move Al-Kad out of the way.
Can I get in between the fairy fire form, the orangutan, and Al-Kad as a bear?
I say no, but you can change and move forward. How about
Okay, all right. I'll move up to
that?
it.
Yan
then.
Mm, yeah. So we can see it now. I'm gonna go with. I can do a cantrip. Let's see. Since I have.
No pressure. 5, 4, 3,
I'm gonna
2.
riff.
We have frost on the form. You just lost your. You just lost your volume. Can I hear you?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, because I have spell shape.
We have frost.
Yeah, so Ray Frost.
Okay, so give me a hit roll. Since it's the form is fiery and flashy, you're gonna get
17.
+2, and you hit the creature. Give me damage.
Let's see. This one. That's gonna be an 8.
8 damage. You hit him with a frost ray. Quillis, you're up.
Yeah, I'm here. All right. I don't have the shape stuff. So I will move to an angle that I'm not obstructed by any of my teammates.
By Al-Kad. You can move to the side. Well, I'll tell you what, because everything's happening at once. I'm gonna say make a straight intelligence roll, and see if you can get it higher than 10, you can hit the thing without Al-Kad in the way. Otherwise, Al-Kad's in the way. Fair?
If I'm doing that, he might just do something else It's not an AoE attack.
Right,
I just
right.
wanted a better.
You can change. You can change up. What do you want to do?
Can I cast? Does it look like he's about to attack Al-Kad?
He's just hanging out. Well,
Okay.
you notice a fiery hand now goes right around Al-Kad's like this on his shoulder. He looks up. Al-Kad looks up like this. Like what?
Then that might. I was gonna cast a shield,
3,
but
2.
it might end. I'll just cast Witch
Shit.
Bolt. I'll take the.
Witch bolt. Whoa! Does that take a attack roll? Or does that give me a saving throw? What?
That is a great question.
Any attack roll
which
has
one?
advantage.
I'm gonna say.
Make a
Thank
ranged
you
spell
for
attack.
that. I'm gonna say Emma and Crow are gonna miss the first round because they're still hiding, but they're gonna come out next round. Matilda's still gone. Ray is still gone. Next comes Al-Kad and Tyrion. Go ahead.
Should I? So there's an attack roll. Should I make the intelligence check before I do that?
For the witch bolt, yes. Roll over 10.
Roll a
Or
d20
roll a
over
10
10 or
roll,
roll
yeah,
a
roll a 10 or higher. Yeah. Otherwise, you fail.
18?
Okay, so you can hit the creature
First,
dead
okay,
on the side without hurting Al-Kad. Now, what does the witch bolt do?
So a beam of blue energy laces out towards the creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning. So I don't have to recast it, or cast any other spells, or use other spell slots. Mainly is the main thing. So I can just have a sustained beam of electricity towards this figure, and deal 1d12 each round.
Saving throw or it's a hit?
So I got the 2 hit, and there's
Okay.
no saving throw.
What color is the beam?
Blue.
Okay, you see a blue beam connect between Quillis and the creature, and it starts like zapping them with electric power. And give me some damage. Give me a damage roll.
D12. Come on. Don't be a 1. That went everywhere. That was 4 damage.
4 damage. You notice that normally when you hit a creature with the witch bolt, it would start smoking, as you're destroying it. But this time the smoke is very minor. Like maybe it's like half damage.
Okay.
Okay, Tyrion, you're up.
I want to use my stealth skill to try to hide into the shadows. I mean, if there's fire, it's a dark room, I should be able to do that pretty easily.
Okay, so give me give me a DC 8 stealth check. You're adding your proficiency, which is +2, and your dexterity, which is +6. So it's basically don't roll a 1.
On a D20?
Yes.
Okay. I rolled the 2.
You made it. you slid behind thrown over a bookcase right into the darkest of shadows, and then you don't think anybody can see you. Al-Kad has his turn. Al-Kad's going to be busy. You notice like a pool of liquid appear between under Al-Kad's feet. That's
Is it
his turn.
yellow?
Yes, that's his turn. Okay, thank you. We're gonna stop there. We're gonna continue next week. I will send you your experience so you can add that. And thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Godric.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.